After a big expansion or growth cycle, often clarity doesn't arrive right away. It can kind of leave us in that middle no man's land where we don't know what the clarity of our direction or guidance is in terms of what actions to take. That's our space in between called the integration phase, where we are allowing our system and our energy to really recalibrate to the growth that has just happened. And that phase can be a little bit confusing. And so I felt called to do an oracle card reading today and share some intuitive guidance for you around the topic of what next steps is being asked of you at this time. What is happening beneath the surface? What can you do to align with this? I'm Jen Gilchrist, for those of you that are new here. I always read oracles cards very intuitively, and I suggest that you do as well. So if new insights or things come as I'm talking, allow your intuition to guide you even further in the information that's coming through. So I'm working with the Energy Oracle card today by Sandra Ann Taylor. I actually haven't used these in a while. It's always fun when new cards pop out. So the first two cards that came up, and this deck, most oracle cards don't read reversals. This deck is actually designed for it. So I'm going to take that into consideration as I read the cards. So doors to spirit. I love this so much. First of all, this is just a great validation, right? That spirit, God, universe, the angels, all of them, they have your back, right? You're not alone in this. There's a new doorway opportunity opening for you. And part of this is a reminder for you to ask for your spiritual support team to help you, right? Ask for that spiritual guidance, lean into that faith, because it's when we're in that space in between that our mind can start getting very busy and start spinning into the negative or trying to figure it out and force, a direction that isn't quite ready yet. So this is a great validation that you are on the right track. The door is open and spirit is there helping to guide you. If you like numbers or work with numbers, 5 is a 32, but transitions down to a 5, which for me is this is big changes are coming, big changes are rumbling. And the first thing that happens is things have to be let go. The first step of creating something new and stepping into a new doorway of opportunity that is already there for you. Spirit's guiding you. You're not alone in this, right? Your soul has already chosen this. It's happening. It's happening. The resistance is only going to make it more of a struggle. And so this hopefully can let you surrender into the fact that there is a new opportunity. And the first step is always letting go of whatever's not serving, whether that's people, places, things, mindsets. And the next card that came through with this is the Temple Path. Now, this was in reverse. And because this particular deck has the energy set that way, I'm going to honor that. And so I think that this could also mean that depending on who's reading this and at what space you are on this part of the journey, it could be that you are unclear of the path ahead, and that might feel a little scary. Your mind might be kind of going crazy, trying to figure it out, or kind of thinking sometimes our mind wants to catastrophize or go to worst case scenarios, which makes it difficult for us to see the path, right? And so the path is there. Spirit's guiding you. This was upright. Opportunity, doors open. This right here, the path and the next steps is what might be a little bit confusing right now, right? So if you've been getting in your head a little bit, surrender that to source, to the universe, to your angels, your guides, God, your spiritual support, however that works for you. Just allow yourself to trust that. And that's kind of what I'm noticing here. I feel like intuitively, these are all just like your angels and guides. They're all there supporting you. And there is, and this is what's on the other side of the doorway, right? This is the path. There is a path. It just might not be clear yet. And so for some of you who maybe aren't in a mind spin, but just sort of feeling apathetic or just sort of in the space in between, not really sure where you're going, know things are changing. Maybe you desire things to change, but you don't know how. The path is there. It's just maybe the timing isn't quite showing up for it yet. So in either case, I feel like the guidance has a lot to do with trust and surrender. Be present and patient. And if your mind is going a bit crazy or a little bit, into the fear zone, just take a little time to hand over the worries and bring in the trust and peace, right? And that's really what our spiritual support can do for us so well. I love working with my angels in this way. It's like handing over the worry and reminding, they embody the energy of peace. So just calling on your spiritual support starts to invoke that energy of peace within your heart. And know that you're not alone, right? You're not alone. The next card that's coming through is mending bridges. And that's really funny because this card fell out of the deck when I was just setting things up. So obviously, and I shuffled again, wants to come through. Mending bridges, healing, healing rifts. I'm a mender. So I see a few different options, a few different things here going on. First and foremost, it feels like with yourself, right? I almost see like in this picture, there's two versions. Like that could be like the soul self and your human self. And sometimes, they're facing opposites. So there might be a bit of incongruence between if we're in resistance to changes that are happening, sometimes our higher self, our human self might be turning away to the fear, into the fear, trying to hold on to the past and the future, and our higher self is already moving forward towards our higher path, right? And so if that's the case, then I think it's just about what can you do to feel centered and at peace within yourself, right? Sometimes that might be doing some mindset work, some energy work, getting some support, whatever, making your body feel safe. Oftentimes massage and self-care and things like that is important because, our ego and our mind wants to work off of the past, what information we have. And so when we're stepping into something new, sometimes that can trigger a lot of fear or even fight or flight in our field. So I feel like first and foremost, this is about aligning your own energy with your highest truth, right? And your highest self. So sometimes that might be having conversations with people. That might be speaking your truth. That might be having a boundary. And some of those things can also, be like, oh, we avoid, right? And so that's where we can pull the wool over our own eyes, sometimes unintentional, right? I don't know what to do, but it's like, I do. If I did know and I listened and I knew, that means I would face this and that's uncomfortable. So we might be being forced to kind of face some things that could be uncomfortable in order to cross that bridge and find our path and walk through that doorway. But you're doing it. Okay. So right now, I think that's part of it. And then there could also be healing the past. So I feel like for some, this could also be very specific forgiveness. It could be patterns, right? That oftentimes we're being shown a lot of patterns that are going on. And so I would say that there's this sense of cleaning up karmic patterns and codependent patterns, things like this could be coming up for people, having forgiveness for yourself, forgiveness for others, right? It's like healing a cycle. This feeling's like a resolution of a cycle. And it could be with other people as well, right? It could be with other people as well if that's part of what's happening. But we can only be responsible for our own reactions, not other people's. And so this is where I think it's important for us to be honest and speak our truth with an open heart, and sometimes requires boundaries as well. So you have to just decide where you fit into all of that. But it feels like mending. So there's a level of forgiveness, and sometimes that ultimately is ourselves. We don't really need the other person to be even alive or involved. Sometimes our healing work and forgiveness can go far back to people that are no longer here or not seeing things from the same perspective. And so it's kind of like just allowing that toxicity and the anger or the frustration or the resentment to build in your heart, because that just erodes your own peace, right? So there's a sense of that for some. And then for others, this is also just like, I feel like some of you are healers, like part of your new path and doorway, or maybe for some of you just needed to hear, that you are a healer. You're a healer. You're here to serve and to be of service to others in some form or fashion. And so, yeah, trust that. If that's like the new path and maybe you've been scared to follow it, I feel like that's just for a few of you. Okay. The next card, healing the past. I didn't even look at this yet. Healing the past. I step into my future with strength and clarity, right? You are strong. You are grounded. You are protected. It almost feels like the tree, like, you are sovereign right here. And you're also not alone. You're guided and protected. That's another, like, spirits got you, right? You are guided and protected, but you're also sovereign on your own, right? And sometimes it doesn't feel that way, but you do have all the information you need, and you're not alone in that process. And so trust this, even if you're stepping into a new phase or a new chapter of life. It feels like there's a lot of big new chapters for people, which is why I felt called to do this particular reading, because there's a lot of expansion and awakening going on. And the first level is letting go, oftentimes, of things. And sometimes endings can feel painful or can feel scary. Okay. So I feel called, going back to this deck here. All right. So let's just see if there's one more card that wants to come through. Ooh, the garden. Okay. Even though, again, it's like there could be this sense of feeling alone, but I see like the little bird of spirit up there. Spirit, your guides, you're not alone, and you're stepping into a new a new phase, something brand new. But what's exciting about that is that there's the whole reinvention stage. And look at all the beautiful, it's the garden at the gate. There's all this beauty and joy and peace. Look how peaceful and tranquil that looks, right? There's so much new opportunity. And we are the creator of our lives. We get to choose what we get to experience next and what we want to experience next. So, what do you want to fill your garden with, right? Take the time right now, but instead of forcing a specific action or step, if it's not clear for you, tend your garden. Continue to shed and release if there's anything that you don't want to take forward into the next chapter, and start to see how you can cultivate that peace and that joy and that love within your own heart. See the beauty all around you. Find the gratitude for the things that are working well in your life, because there's always things to be grateful for. And sometimes in periods of times of change and letting go of what's familiar, or letting go of maybe things that have been a part of your life for a long time, can be very difficult or can be scary. But look for the good. Find that joy in your heart, and all is well. Right. Very beautiful. If this is resonating for you too, I have a powerful workshop series I created all about trusting your intuition and clearing the energetic noise and confusion so that you're not feeling overwhelmed, so you can really trust that intuitive guidance and hear and recognize that guidance that's there for you. It's I'll put that information in the description below if that would support you at this time as well. Be sure to let me know how this resonates for you. Like and subscribe and share this with your community or friends if you think it will support them as well. All right. Bye for now.